absence, I will open the meeting. In view of the COVID-19 public health emergency, the emergency orders and directives at the federal, state, and local levels, and consistent with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10(4)-6 F sequence as amended by PL 2020 C11, the trustees of the Alfred H. Bowman Free Public Library are conducting this meeting, originally designated to take place at the library, remotely using video and/or telephone conferencing technology. The public has been advised of this venue and format change, and instructions have been provided in order to access the meeting and to participate during the public comment section of the meeting. The meeting can be attended via our website and Facebook. All public comments should be submitted via email to the library at abwplibrary.org or by calling the library at 973-345-8120 before or during the meeting, and will be included in the record. PL 2020 C11, which permits remote conduct of meetings, was signed into law by Governor Murphy on Friday, March 20th, 2020, effective immediately. The board recognizes the importance of open transparency and public access and participation in its work. In view of the current crisis and the brave new world in which we live, the board asks all citizens to bear with us as we work to meet the health, safety, welfare, and the needs of the residents, staff, and all members of the Woodland Park community. Salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Seeing or hearing no statements from the public, we can continue.
Pat, did anything come through email? Okay.
No. Okay. Roll call.
Hold on 1 second. Rosemary,
Here.
Sandy,
Here.
Linda,
Here.
Mary's absent. Mayor Kazmark is absent. Bernadette,
Here.
myself here. Maureen is absent. And Isabel.
Here. And Mayor Kazmark
Mayor.
is going to try to come. He's at 2 other meetings tonight.
Did you call Mary?
And Mary cannot come tonight as well. She had an emergency at work.
Okay. All right. Approval of the minutes of our March 16th, 2020
So moved.
meeting.
I'll second.
Who's that?
Bernadette.
Bernadette, okay.
Discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Have a motion and a second?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry, I
we
didn't
did.
hear it.
Rick? That's okay. Rick moved. Bernadette seconded. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Abstained?
Abstain?
Motion
Motion is approved. Thank you. Okay. Treasurer's report.
Okay, there are no
Rick.
treasurer's reports since I was not able to get into the library. So at our next meeting, I will update you for February, March, April, May, and probably also June. We'll be back by then.
February, March, April, May. Okay. Okay, thank you, Rick. And our next meeting is June 15th?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ready?
all righty.
How about the bill?
How about the bill lists for March and April?
I'll move it.
Wait a minute, who was that? Bernadette?
Yeah.
I'll second Rosemary.
Thank
I'm
you.
slow enough when I'm at the meetings doing it here. It's even worse.
It's all good.
Okay, any discussion, comments? No? Okay, we need a roll call vote.
Rosemary,
Vote.
Yes.
Keith's not here, Mary's not here. Bernadette?
Yes.
Myself? Yes. Marina's not here. Isabel? Isabel?
Oh, yes, I couldn't hear, sorry.
It's all right. Sandy?
Yes,
Motion carried.
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. All righty, on to director's report. Linda?
Okay. So I would like to acknowledge and thank Mayor Casmark and the Library Board of Trustees for all of their support through this very difficult time. Mayor Casmark, you have been a true partner, advisor, and your support is greatly appreciated. I would like to acknowledge my staff. They have worked harder than ever before, creating programs and learning new skills and reinforcing old skills to help our patrons when we reopen. I would also like to recognize George Galbraith from the Department of Public Works, Acting Chief John Uzzolino, Borough Administrator Kevin Galland, CFO Heather Barkenbush, and all of their staff. Additionally, I would be remiss not to acknowledge the outstanding work of all of our first responders in Woodland Park. Prior to the pandemic, I knew we had something special in our town. However, going through this pandemic, I can assure all of our patrons and residents that under the leadership of our mayor and council, we are all in extremely good hands. I'm very hopeful that we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, at least for now. As of March 17, 2020, and in compliance with Executive Order Number 104, the library sadly closed its doors to the public. Immediately, the staff went into action and flipped the physical library to a virtual library called LibraryLand. March 16th through March 20th, some of the staff members came into the library on a staggered schedule to film programming, make plans, and get materials together for the possibility of a work-at-home situation. Beginning March 22nd, the staff began a work-at-home model until the present. During this period, the staff collectively took 261 webinars, that was about 20 webinars each, in addition to creating some magnificent programming. Also, many thanks to all of our guest readers, all of the teachers, firefighters, police officers, and residents that read stories for our children, crafters, and program coordinators. We formed many partnerships during this time. The library is sponsoring Woodland Park Board of Health's programming called Community Health Connections. We are also featuring YouTube videos on baseball tips from Passaic Valley's newest head baseball coach, Jason Tizio. The library also partnered with the Frontline Sewing Angels with coordination by resident Janet Russo, making masks and caps for first responders and hospitals. A segment on this group was featured on Good Morning America. It is important to note that these masks cover the N95 mask, adding extra protection and some style. The library also purchased 4 Zoom accounts and scheduled meetings for all departments and committees in the borough. Additionally, we flipped some of our regular programming successfully to Zoom. Our Way to Go weight loss support group, Conversation Club, the Homework Helpers program with Passaic Valley High School, and our adult book club. Our first virtual book club, facilitated by librarian Brianne Colombo, received a very special message just for our library from author Kim Michelle Richardson. We created a community-wide program called Rainbow Connection. Please be sure to watch the video on our website. And we sponsored a family reading program with prizes to support local businesses. Currently, we are collecting stories, art, recipes, poetry from residents expressing their experiences during quarantine. Today, we featured a new program called Healing the Heart, a 7-week support group for people experiencing grief, facilitated by Reverend Heather Cherry. We are also excited to offer our local businesses training programs and workshops. A survey was posted on social media. The information on the survey will enable us to create a spreadsheet letting residents know the status of the business and what goods and/or services they are offering. They can also request training on the survey. Overall, from March 16th to May 31st, we have hosted 46 adult programs with 1,496 views and 95 Zoom attendees, and 108 juvenile teen programs with 8,903 views. That's an extraordinary number, and 19 Zoom attendees. We have had approximately 110 phone calls with just as many inquiries, and we gave out 20 temporary cards to access our digital collections. All cards that expired were automatically renewed. We had 2,474 digital checkouts. This reflects a 117% increase in digital usage compared to March through May 2019. Moving forward, please look out for more exciting programming. We will be partnering with our recreation department in creating a town-wide scavenger hunt and to-go crafts, giving kids time away from the computer screen. Additionally, we are partnering with the school district and coordinating a summer reading program with the school librarian for students. The New Jersey State Library purchased Read Squared for all public libraries in the state. The programs allow kids to earn badges for all of their reading. More information will be forthcoming. We are preparing for reopening. The first reopening phase will be curbside pickup for library materials. Additionally, we are preparing the interior of the library for reopening so that we will be ready when the governor allows libraries to open their doors to the public. Some of the changes our patrons will see are safety glass installed around the circulation desk and computer tables with space in between to properly social distance. We also installed a more powerful router needed for the increase in traffic on the internet. The DPW is installing electronic faucets, toilet flushers, and hand sanitizing stations by the entrances in the library. We want to assure all of our residents, in response to all of your calls about our reopening, because we've received so many, that we are working hard to be ready to open with a facility that is safe for our patrons and staff. So I will end my report with some very exciting news. Today, we submitted our application for the New Jersey Construction Bond Grant. Actually, at 40111. So we're very excited about this, 5 years in the making. I would like to thank all of the residents for the support throughout the last 5 years in preparing for this day. Through this pandemic, we have realized more than ever how important a library is to their community. We have helped countless residents with solving problems with their unemployment claims. We have guided people to information about state and county services that they need at this time. We have provided accurate and factual information when so much bad information has infiltrated the internet. We have directed residents to mental health resources. We have provided entertainment and recreation. And as part of the borough team, we have worked together to create information lists and resources for the businesses in town. However, the most important service that we cannot perform is our in-person service to you. I hope that you had the opportunity to view our Miss You video on social media and our website. It is all of you, our residents, that make this library come alive, and we cannot wait for the day that we will see you all in the building once again. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Well, thank you very much, Linda. Let me just say, you never, ever, you and the staff never, ever cease to impress me with what you do, from, maintaining and going above and beyond here, to really a nice surprise was having calls from the staff just to check up to see how everyone is doing. And, truly the library is a home, away from home. And thank you. And I'm sure we all feel the same. And, our compliments to everyone. And please make sure that we clone you. So, all right. I need a motion to approve Linda's report.
I'll motion.
Our motion was
Rosemary.
Wait a minute,
Thank you.
hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. Motion was from who?
Rosemary.
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 And seconded by Isabel.
Okay. Sandy.
Discussion?
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Mhm.
I would just like to add to what Sandy said. I think our library is the focal group of this community, and I am sure that we get our grant, it will expand that. To you, Linda, hats off, and to the staff. I don't think we could ask for anything more to be done in any capacity. I think as a board member and also as a community member, thank you so much for all you've done.
I want to say that I watched the videos on YouTube. I really enjoyed it. I was explaining to my husband how to make a lava lamp. And
How did it turn out?
it's just, we really appreciate it.
The staff has been amazing. I can't say enough. Listen, this is a real team. Not only, our staff, the entire borough team has been amazing.
Wonderful. Okay, Rick.
Okay. Rosemary.
Yes.
Keith absent, Mary absent. Bernadette.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Maureen's absent. Isabel.
Yes.
And Sandy.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Okay, on to committee reports. Building and grounds. Rick?
Well, I think the best comment was made by Linda. It's been a long time, and I know Linda has worked so hard on this. I know Susan from Millennium has worked hard, but I must tell you, as being the chairman of the committee and having Maureen there and having Mary there, they worked hard. But the person who got this today to be able to be sent in, we have to give our thanks to Linda, because without her, this would not have happened. So Linda, thank you. And the next time we're going to be telling everybody we have the grant, we've been approved. But thanks again, Linda.
I hope so. Thank you. But I have to say that, again, truly, it was a team effort. The committee, who was chaired by Rick, and of course, Mary, Maureen Mulrooney, and then the greater team of people that came together. Just a testament again to how this town works and the teamwork, because everyone came around the table week after week to work on this project, so that when we break ground, we're going to have a lot of people there from this community, and all the residents that have supported us, and the kids, the essays. Thank you, Rosemary, for having your students write those wonderful essays. We had the Passaic Valley students. They wrote essays about what they wanted their library to look like, their teen room. And Berkeley College, they were involved. We had a design student do renderings for us. It truly, truly is a community effort, and I applaud everyone. There is no I in team. It takes a lot of people to bring something like this together, and I am very appreciative for all the hard work and sacrifice that people made on their own time. So I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Rick, for chairing really just a great committee.
I was going to go into all that. So thank you. I don't have to go into it now. But Linda's right. There was a lot of people, a lot of time. They gave up their time. They came together, and the community is together with this. And I think we have to thank the mayor and the council because they are wholeheartedly along.
Yes.
And a lot of effort went into this, but we're all going to be proud to be board members when we get that addition done. And that's my report.
Thank you, Rick. Personnel and policy. This committee has met twice interactively. And basically, I'm going to turn this over to Linda because she is the one who has been the force behind the changes. When we come back, which I hope is soon, we're coming back to a very different approach to the library that we know. Still will be accessible in just little different ways. But Linda, I'll let you take it over from here.
Yes, so in terms of the committee work, and I know we also have this in new business where we can, approve the plan. But in terms of the committee work, I'm very lucky to be part of this great consortium that, all the library directors are very forthcoming, and we have great communication. We meet weekly we've met weekly through this pandemic and have been able to discuss different things that this is new to everyone. So having read many reopening plans, it really helped all of us. And I also was on a committee for the different consortiums. So you have other people that you can talk to. And there's also, I included in your packets, the best practices for reopening New Jersey libraries, which was nicknamed Top Cats. And this group was, a group of librarians and administrators throughout the state of New Jersey. And they came up with this document that was really helpful to library directors in putting our own plans together. So we were very thoughtful, and I appreciate any of the board members' feedback that we got on this program and this plan. And again, thank you to the committee for taking the time to go through it. And do you want it? I can go through it now, or I can go through it a little bit. I think everyone's read it. If you have any questions, you can certainly, ask me now, or you can contact me anytime about it. But it is, just to be clear, this reopening plan is phase 1, which really deals with our curbside pickup and for employees coming back into the building, which, we're unclear right now what that is. I know the governor was on today, and libraries are in stage 2. But there was no clear directive, so I will wait for those guidelines. We are prepared for curbside pickup, except for the staffing element of it. We have some staff coming into the library, but I will just show you, I don't know if you can see, we are going to be using these, you've seen them. When there's a wet floor, usually, we're going to use the 4 parking spots that are out in front of the library. Those are the library's designated spots. And we will be marking the parking spots 1, 2, 3, 4. And when people come to pick up their materials, when they arrive, they will call the library and they'll tell us which parking spot they are in. And we will bring out their materials. They will have opened their trunk or their car door. And we'll put their packages right in there so that it's completely contactless. Any materials that come back are quarantined for 72 hours as guided by the CDC. And we don't anticipate, any problems with it. We'll as with most things during this pandemic, we will, see how they work. And if they're working, we'll continue. And if not, we'll go back and we'll readjust. So now we just have to wait for the okay, for the official okay.
Oh, yeah. So all this depends on the state, right? According to what the state allows to do is how you move in the stages, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have a question for the trunk versus rear door. Assuming there's no one in the back seat, it would be a rear door acceptable and trunk if not?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, and no access to the inside of the library or the lobby?
So that is a great point. Of course, we have, just give me one moment. I have to turn my volume down. So we do have a foyer and a rather, good sized foyer, and we do have pedestrian traffic here. So some people access the library by foot, and they certainly can put materials on holds. We have a section where the used books are normally, that's completely cleared out. So we can put people's packages on there, clearly marked with their, how we would mark our holds here, so that it gives people some privacy. And they can come in, again, they would call, and then we can tell them to come in, take your package, and then they would leave. So it is all in the plan. And of course, we could also do that if we had any, really bad weather as well. People could come in and get their books, and the doors to the library would be locked. So they would not be able to get into the main portion of the library.
Linda, I have a
Does
question,
anyone have any
because
questions about that?
I have a question.
Sure.
I do have the book club book from several months ago,
Mhm.
right when this happened. So what about returning of the books? Do you have to call to return a book, or can you get out and put it in the slot? What do you do?
No, so we are taking books in the book drop, and it's attached to the building. So
Yeah.
there's no separate book drop. You just drop it into the book drop.
Okay.
And that's how people would return their books. And again, everything is quarantined. Everything is it is and is going to continue to be quarantined for 72 hours. So the CDC recommends 24 hours for paper. However, most of our books are covered in a, plastic-like, so a book cover. So we're just doing 72 hours across the board for everything, whether it's a paperback book or, the mass paperbacks, because we do not cover those. So they would fall into the paper category, but we're just going to do everything 72 hours. Okay. Any other questions?
Is there any wipe down of those books or?
No, the CDC doesn't say that you have to wipe down your materials. That 72 hours is a sufficient amount of time, and that they do not believe that the virus could ever live on a surface past that period of time. Not for library materials.
Okay.
And I believe I cited in the policy many resources where a lot of this information is coming from.
Okay.
And even beyond this, if anyone has any questions, do not hesitate to pick up the phone and call me.
And maybe just a brief highlight of the hours?
Yes, certainly. So we're going to have temporary general public hours will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 5. And Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 8. Saturday, 10 to 1. So, we want to give people, the people that work, that are going back to work, that would still like to borrow materials from the library, the opportunity to have time to come pick up their materials.
Thank you, Linda. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And just one more thing, I'll just note, let's see, the fines. I have it in here. I put a whole section in about from PALS Plus. So there will be no fines. Fines are waived through this period. And beginning June 1st today through June 30th, due dates will follow a 30-day rolling schedule. And I give an example. And however, there is a limit of 15 items So we're not going to be doing ILLs. So that's one of the reasons that they instituted that, because we're using our own collections. Okay. So whatever's, here in the library, that's what people will be able to borrow. So, that's going to be the challenge until they get delivery service going again. So once I, get news on that, I will relay that to everyone.
I have a question on that, Lynn. Do you think 15 may be too high in the fact that if we have a lot of patrons asking for things,
No,
you think it'll be okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I do. Most people are, very understanding. So
And if we have to limit it, we can limit it later on anyway.
yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
no
sometimes people
worries.
choose books and they start them and then they don't want to finish them. So it gives them an opportunity to scan through. Also, if they're picking up for their husband or other family members, sometimes,
That could be it.
they don't want to use their own card, so they pick up for the family or
So
something.
we would see that more in for the children's materials,
yeah.
where you would see more than 15 books. It's rare that people would come in and take out 15 books, adult books, sometimes, once in a while, but mostly that's for children's. So, and we can see how it's going and report it back. And if they feel like they need to increase it, they can. And we have the ability to override that. So, we'll take it a day at a time and see how it goes.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much, Linda. Okay, finance.
There's no report at this time.
Thank you, Bernadette. Okay. Any old business?
No.
No. New business. The reopening plan. Well, we basically just went over that. So if there are any questions, either from here or from anyone on Facebook, please feel free to call the library and we can help you.
The mayor's here.
Hello, Mayor. I have one question. With the reopening,
course.
will our June meeting be virtual, or we haven't decided that yet? We're still going to keep with the virtual meetings.
Right now, until we hear anything differently from the governor's office.
Okay.
About Friends of the Library update?
Sandy, do we want to make a motion to approve the plan?
Oh, okay. I would think so. Then we need someone to move and second.
So
I'll
moved.
move it. I'll second.
Okay, Rick
Oh,
and
Can I? Is the mayor there? I don't know if I can vote.
Yeah, Mayor there.
He's in, but he's not. Let me see.
Is he on?
He's
He's
in the
in virtual
room.
space.
Mayor, can you hear us?
Do you want me to just second, just in case, Bernadette?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Okay,
good.
second.
Rosemary then?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Rick and Bernadette. Any discussion?
No, it's going to be Rick and
Rick and
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Rick and Rosemary.
I tell you, that sounds like a TV show.
I love it.
Okay, Rick and Rosemary. Any discussion? Okay. Can we do a voice vote on this, or we want to do
I think you should do roll call, Sandy.
call the roll, Mr.
Okay.
Secretary?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Rosemary. Mary's not here. Keith?
Oh, I heard the Mary part,
I
I
was gonna
guess.
say, it's all right. Keith, is he here or?
He's in the room, but I don't see him. I don't hear him.
Okay, yes.
Myself, yes, and Isabel,
Yes.
yes, and Sandy.
Yes,
Okay, so it's moved and passed.
yes. Thank you again, Linda.
You're welcome. Thank
Good,
you.
good job.
Thank you to the committee.
Good job. Now, casino night to be, we hope. from Friends.
Okay, so the Friends of the Library, they have rescheduled their fundraising event to March 12th, the Friday night, 2021. It will
Okay.
remain at the Brownstone. They're not sure if it's going to be a casino night or not. It might be something different. However, we do have the date secured.
That's March 12th, correct, Linda?
Yeah, March 12th, Friday, March 12th, 2021. And we want to thank everyone for their patience throughout this time. We did offer people if they wanted their money refunded, we would refund their money. And some people did, and other people said, hold on to it. We plan on, attending either way. So the 50-50 is going to be pulled at the Brownstone on June 5th, on Friday. So, and then, we'll run another 50-50 for March 12th.
Linda, am I on mute? No. I have a problem. I'm sorry. We left school so suddenly and I haven't been allowed to get back in, and the 50-50 that I collected from the teachers is somewhere in the school because it was in the teacher's room. And I haven't
So
been in.
maybe we can call Dr. Polari and talk to the custodians, but we can talk about that offline.
Okay. I
Okay.
didn't realize it was going to be called still.
Okay. We'll figure out a way to get those tickets in before Friday. I can call her tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. No problem at all. And also the Friends of the Library, I'm very proud to say that they wanted to do something for the community. So they bought 3 pizza parties for 3 families in town who, were having difficulties with money, and they surprised them with a pizza party and ice cream cake, and it was really very nice. So I was very, very proud of them, very happy that they just really wanted to give back. They've gotten so much support from the community, so they wanted to give back to the community. And that's
Really
it.
special. Very nice.
Very, very nice. Any announcements? No? Then we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move it.
I'll second. Rosemary, second.
Gotcha.
Okay, voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
What
Well,
time,
thank you, everyone.
that's it. Thank
What time?
you.
Sandy, what time are you putting down?
7:43.
7:43?
Well, thank you, everyone, and everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Stay
Good night.
healthy.
Nice seeing everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, be well.
Bye.
Congratulations again, Ro.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Grandma.
Thank you.
And our next meeting is June 15th.
Okay.
And bring
Bye, everybody.
pictures.
I will. I will.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Be
Bye.
safe.
Bye.
Yeah, be safe, everybody.